Alright, deck profile time. I got Duelist level max with Tri-Brigade Scareclaw, of all things. I was really originally planning to build this deck with the Hero Lives package, the Prisma, but I didn't have enough gems, so I just played the event with the deck without Hero Lives and just ended up like rocketing up to the max level pretty easily. Like, this deck was performing very, very well. So we got Driver package. This is the first card here. Driver with the Gamma. It's hand trap, stop the Maxi. Maxi's pretty. I mean, honestly, this deck plays pretty fine into Maxi because a lot of times you're getting Maxi'd on your Kitt. You'll go like normal Kitt, banish 2. The Maxi, you can just summon DDL and pass. And you have Kitt, DDL send Kitt send Nervall add Kitt, and then that sets up your next turn. And you have a bounce. They went neutral with the Maxi. So like, the deck plays fine into Maxi if this is your normal summon exactly. Like, normal summoning this into a Maxi is like pretty rough, but you can still like do some plays. Like, if you were really afraid of Maxi, you could play one copy of Twin Saw. That way, if you get Maxi'd and like this is your hand, like if the Maxi in the draw, or like you normal this in the chain Maxi, or if you're just worried about Maxi, you can just normal this, add Twin Saw, then they Maxi, and you still have Twin Saw. You can just tribute Reichheart, pop 2, and they don't get any draws up the Maxi with that. But I don't think it's worth playing because very rarely are you going to be in a position where they have Maxi'd you and you still have to normal summon the Reichheart. Because usually what will happen if you have Reichheart and they have Maxi, you normal Reichheart, add this, and then they Maxi you. But yeah, enough about Maxi. Let's just get on to the actual profile. 2 Nervall, 1 Cerberus. Cerberus is for Baron. You make Baron with these. You could play Arclight. There's one flex spot in the extra deck, which I play Almirage, just to fix, like, if you open like just Kitt, you can at least maybe do something. But yeah, this is my flex spot. You could play Arclight. Arclight would be good because, like, sometimes maybe if you get hand trapped, you'll have like this with this, but a lot of the times you're going to be wanting to use this with the Baron. But another thing you can make Baron with these two as well. So like in hands where you're not able to make Astrolaud, like in a hand where if you open like one of the main combos, like the main combo is Reichheart plus any Tri-Brigade or this thing, but the other main combo is just 2 Tri-Brigades, gets you the same end board of Baron, Appaloosa, Revolt, DDL. That 2 Tri-Brigades gets you that as well, because you can use this and this to make Baron. For the other Tri-Brigades, you got obviously 2 Nervall, 1 Karas. This is like not even necessary. Like, you could play the deck without this, but not really, because this is just the greatest extender of all time. 2 Kitt. I was playing 1-1, but like oftentimes there were a lot of games where I'd like draw 1 and then that would like kill me. Triple Ash, of course, for the Maxi. 1 Acro. This card is cuttable. Like, it's not used too often. If you want to play a 3rd Imperm over this, you could, but a lot of the time, there were a few times where this was relevant. I could send it off of Fraktall and then bring it back with this if I needed an extra Beast Warrior to make Ferjit. And also, just like, it's not even that bad to draw. Like, normally this is still solid. Like, this plus a Tri-Brigade gets you quite a bit as well. So you could even opt to like cut the Imperms or something, and then just play more copies of the level 3 Scareclaws, because they're not terrible starters either. 3 Fraktall. Fraktall is good. Obviously, 3 Reichheart. This is the card you want to see always. This is basically a Hero Lives without a Hero Lives. Like, if you're not playing a Hero Lives, this is like your main starter. 1 Vizes. Foolish. This is just like an extra copy of like all of these things. The Rhoda, Arrival, Double Planet. You could play 1 Planet as well if you want to play like a 3rd Imperm. Like, a lot of this you can just like cut. There are a lot of like weird cards that you could probably cut for a 3rd Imperm if you just want to play more non-engine. But the double Reichphobia is really nice to have, because sometimes you'll like make one of these going second. You can make one of these, add this, they negate the activation of this. You can just make another one of these, add it again, and then do it again, and then you get your search anyways. But mostly for going first, you can trigger Lightheart twice, then you can search this twice, and you can just put one of them back for the bare room search, so you don't have to go super minus. 3 Tenki, 2 called by, cross out, Roar. Roar is insane. This card is ridiculous. Again, another card that you could cut to 2 and just play like a 3rd Imperm, but because you need to play at least 2 because it's the only thing you can send. Like you can Roar, send Roar is like the spell. Like that's how you get this. So you need to play at least 2, but 3 is good because it's just Foolish Burial. It's like this is these 2 are full combo. It's not full combo. These 2 are also full combo. Like this plus any other Tri-Brigade is full combo. Imperm and then Revolt. Extra deck, Astrolaud, Baron. This is the flex spot. You can put like this or Herald of the Arclight or like Sprint maybe. Like I was playing Sprint for the majority of my time, but like I literally did not go into it a single time. And like this came up. This would have come up once. Sprint came up never. Double Lightheart. You need 2. Cross Sheep. You need everything else you kind of need. Cross Sheep. You need. This is part of your end board like always. And against Max C, if they Max C you on the activation of Kitt Banish 2, you just summon this and pass. Farjeet. Royal. Yay. Bearbroom. Elf. This card is insane. Obviously that's why it's banned in the TCG. Rugal. You need this to climb into access code, and also for this to be a 1-card combo into Revolt. Appaloosa, access code, double your egg. Let's get into some combos. Alright, so the next combo is going to be Reichheart plus Fraktall or Roar or Tenki, or Foolish. So Fraktall, Roar, Tenki, Foolish, all get you this. I think Fraktall might be a little bit. Fraktall and Tenki are actually a little bit different because you get a 4th name in the grave. So this is, I think this is just Reichheart plus Roar or Foolish. I think get you exactly this. So start with the normal Reichheart. This is like that's the best normal deck. Normal Reichheart, add Arrival, go into Lightheart. Add the Reichphobia. Battle Grab, the Visas. Then, I mean, it doesn't really matter the order you do this in. You could go Roar now, or you could Visas pop and then go Roar after that comes back. Because it doesn't matter if you get Bestialed. Like, like, Bestials are pretty prevalent here. You can get Bestialed here a lot. If they Bestial this, then you're fine, as long as they don't Bestial the Arrival. That'll come back, then you go into another one in the extra zone to get the 2nd field spell. Arrival. Bring back whichever one, doesn't matter. Then you'll go into Cross Sheep. And then Roar. Send Kitt. And that sends for cost too, which is really funny. But it doesn't really matter, because like, it doesn't matter for Ash, because they just Ash like Kitt or Nervall. But yeah, that goes into that. Nervall is going to add Karas. Doesn't matter which one you add. Karas is just the best one to add, because like I could special Karas here if I needed to. But then you banish 1/2 for Astrolaud. Oh yeah, this worked with this is the same combo as with Fraktall. You just have to make sure you're going into Elf and stuff. Summon out the Nervall. Nervall is gonna not do that. Okay. Yeah, go into the Elf. Because you need to go into Elf here. With the Fraktall combo, you don't need to make an Elf here because you already have 4. You'll already have 4 in the grave. But yeah, you go Elf. Then you have to banish 1, 2, 3, 4. Yeah, I guess. I think I fucked up. No, I don't know. This is probably fine. Then go into this. Yeah, no, I didn't fuck up. This works. This works. You don't need to actually use Elf to bring anything back. It'd probably be better, yeah. Just just summon Kitt instead of Nervall. That way you have a target for Elf, but it doesn't actually matter that much. Then you're gonna do this, pitch 1, and you can pitch Karas. You don't actually need this search, which is like pretty cool. Like Nervall is kind of just like an Ash bait. Like that search does not matter. So you could just discard Karas here, or you could have. I guess you could just add like Kitt or Fraktall or something for next turn. So I'll just pitch to Karas, I guess. It doesn't really matter. Target Kitt, summon Kitt, Cerberus, is gonna summon itself. Mr. Baron. Actually, I guess discarding this works because you can reborn it off the Elf. That's kind of nice. And you do have to be careful. A lot of my like first games with this. Oh, I guess you can just also replay this roll. A lot of my first games with this, I was like trying to get my elf zones for protection, like getting Appaloosa and Baron out of the elf zones for them to be protected from targeting. But the issue with that is that it kind of like it makes it a lot more difficult to get to this guy, and it turns off Revolt. But yeah, you can go elf, summon back, whatever the hell. You can like just summon Kitt or summon Nervall. I think summon Nervall was probably, don't banish the Nervall, summon Nervall instead of that. But this works too. Just summon whatever 2 you need, and then you can go into an untouchable Appaloosa at least, so they can't just like drop in perm on Appo. And then this is going to grab Revolt and return the Reichheart. Or you can not, like, you can keep that in hand for follow-up too, but like Revolt on its own is enough follow-up. Next combo. Alright, so the first combo is going to be 2 Tri-Brigades. This gets you your full combo, just ignoring every other card in the hand. Obviously, drawing one of these is like okay, like it can get you to Reichheart, it can get you to Visas, which is nice, but usually you don't really want to draw this, because you usually can like search to it. It's just like a -1 if you draw it, which is not the worst thing. But you start, as always, activate Fraktall. You could use like Tenki to like bait an Ash potentially, and just add another Fraktall, which is like fine. Then like you could see there, I could send Acro, that comes up sometimes while you play the 1 Scareclaw. Nervall, it doesn't really matter what you add. I like to add sometimes I like to add Fraktall, because like you can go 4+6, but Karis is the best thing to add just because if you happen to have like another Tri-Brigade name, you can do stuff with that. Nor with the Nervall, banish 2. To remember this combo, I didn't do this like too many times. Banish those 2, keep the Kitt in the grave always. It's gonna be Fraktall. Ooh, almost maxed myself. So toggle off for that, and this is where it gets a little weird. You have to go Karos for 1 to summon a Reichheart. Then you go into, I mean, it doesn't really matter which ones you use. I guess it's probably better to use this and this to keep the 2 on the board if you want to make an elf. Go that there, and now this will get you a draw for 1, and then you can. This is a free putback as well. You can just put that right back. But you get a cycle for 1, and then you're gonna do this. This is probably the most interesting thing in the deck. You just go for that. You get the Reichphobia. Reichphobia gets you Visas, and then you get to do this. Pop, summon, that. I'm trying to remember this combo. Hold on. I don't have Kitt in there anymore, so you can't go into elf. It just, oh yeah, you have to discard 2 to do that. I guess you could play a 3rd Reichheart in order to get an extra card advantage here instead of the Almirage, because you could just Reichheart with Reichheart and then search again for the field spell, and that kind of does everything you need. Yeah, I don't think there's really anything you need to do more. Because it's 1, 2, 3. Yeah, this is just discard 1, 2. This combo is annoying that it goes so minus, but it is what it is. Yeah, it doesn't really matter what you banish. Banish 2 for DDL. Then Baron, and the Appaloosa. And there were a few games where I would like maybe get interrupted, and you'd have to use like Baron to pop the Bear Room to get your search, which is pretty cool. Little thing you can do. But yeah, that's that. Set the Revolt, and that's your full end board. You'd Revolt for 2, bring back like the Revolt, bring back the Nervall and the Kitt. You get to send stuff, set up for your next turn. Next combo. Alright, here's the last combo. The last like sort of main combo. But this is really like a main combo, because I'd reset so many times to just get a hand that had a Reichheart plus Kitt. And like there was just a bunch of hands that were playable and great hands, but they just didn't have exactly these. But yeah, this is the other 2 card combo. least important one to know for the 2-card combos, but it's good to know because it does happen sometimes. Like this hand right here, you'd obviously just be able to Tenki. But yeah, sometimes you'll open up a hand that is just this. So this is just a good combo to just know and be able to execute if you need to execute it. I always like putting the Reichheart in this zone here, so you have this blink zone just in case it ever matters. But this is where this version of the combo gets a little different. You have to summon the Reichheart, and you have to leave the Vsauce on field to make Baron later. And Reichheart can go in any of the extra zones. Always make sure you're putting the Reichheart in the extra zone if you are on 2 planet, which I would recommend. I recommend being on 2 planets because it's a free extra card advantage. So always make sure you're putting the Reichheart in that extra zone. Very important. And there's you summon Kitt, and the combo differs a little between if you have Kitt or Nervall. It's slightly different in like there's like a step that changes a little bit if you have Kitt or Nervall, depending on which one you have. But like overall, mostly the combo is the same. This is where it would get a little different if I had Nervall instead. So if you have Kitt, you go Kitt. I'm not gonna bother training that. You go Kitt, send Nervall, and then Nervall. Like no matter what, if you have Nervall, no matter what, you're going to be searching for Fraktall with Nervall. But if you started with Kitt, and if you've already used the Kitt banish effect, you have to Fraktall to send Karas. If you started with Nervall, you just Fraktall for Kitt, and then Kitt can just send another Fraktall or anything. And then you elf back either Kitt or Karas, whichever one you haven't used yet, to this zone. This is where the zones start getting very important. You go this zone here, and then you Karas for 4. You don't need to do this. You can Karas for 2. But I always do this. I do this always with this specific combo line because it gets you extra follow-up, and it's just like you always will have to go into an extra link 2 here anyways in order to get your zones working out. So you have to do this, and then make sure you put the cross sheep in the elf zone. Otherwise, your revolt will have no link zone to summon to. This you could add Nervall. For this, if you're playing 2 Synchro 10s, you could, instead of for this flex spot, you could play a second Synchro 10 for this combo, because Nervall can get added, and then you can go, after you make Baron with Vsauce plus the Fraktall, you can summon Astrolabe and then make another Synchro 10 with Nervall plus Astrolabe, which is cool, but not very practical because it's not really worth running one extra synchro. Like Almaj is going to come up a lot more than this specific combo. Because like as you can see, even with this hand, I had Tenki, which I could have searched for Fraktall and done like the main combo of Reichheart plus Fraktall. Since you can just add whatever, I like to add like Fraktall for follow-up, just add whatever for follow-up, and then you can just like discard the thing you added just to have an extra 2 discards. And this is going to summon back Fraktall to this zone right here. And then Fraktall for 2. You'll have these 2 in the grave for sure. Fraktall for 2, summon DDL for that zone. And then you get to make Baron. And this is the combo is only a 2 material Appaloosa, but like overall the combo is effectively the same end board. And you have the elf protection, which is cool. And then you set Revolt. And for this you don't, because you have 2 properly summoned Link 2s, so you can go, you don't have to DDL send itself, you can DDL send the Reichphobia to keep DDL on the field, because you can use these 2 to go into this. And this also is a benefit to getting this search as well, because you don't have to discard that. I chose to discard it that time, but you can keep that in hand. Like you can search for Kitt and then just keep that Kitt in hand, and that will be your follow-up. Or alternative, you can just DDL send itself in order to free up room to summon Nervall and Kitt here. And then of course you get your draw, which you can use to dig for hand traps. Won a number of games by by this draw, just draw me max C. Like, that is 1 games. And yeah, that's all the main combos. There are like some weird stuff you can do. I guess I'll just do some test hands or something and see, kind of explain. So these I'm gonna start doing like just like the weird combos, like the weird like kind of like not very good, but like they're 1 card. Like just Fraktall can do quite a bit. So we'll just like Fraktall. That's it. That's all there is. That's just the only card. This is just like standard Tri-Brigade crap. But yeah, like Fraktall, and you just have like a bunch of non-engine. Is pretty decent. Just add another Fraktall. Normally you could add like a Karas or something, but it doesn't really matter what you add. This just goes like this. Banish 2. And then if they max C, you just make DDL and pass, obviously. But yeah, normally you'd go into this. And then if you want to go a little bit harder on an end board, you can use this to discard 2. Like if you've got like double Ash, double max C or something, or like just extra copies of cards that won't be usable, you can just do this, discard 2, bring back one of these, and then make a DDL. Well, as long as you'd have to discard another Tri-Brigade in order to do that. I guess that would never happen, because if you open 2 Tri-Brigades, you can just do the first combo. So I guess that's never gonna happen. That's never gonna come up. Right, because you do that, yeah, that would never come up, making that. So I guess that doesn't matter. But yeah, then you just go Rugal, and then Bearbrum adds Revolt and puts back something. I'll just put back this Karas. And then you have Revolt plus like Ash, Maxi, Imperm or something. Because like that's like kind of all you'd be able to brick on. And then if you have Gamma, you just like put Gamma back with that, because you're not going to be using Gamma. And this is just like Revolt. And the neat thing about this one is if your opponent like Dusters or Cosmics, you can chain Revolt and then just not use Shuriken, because this can trigger your Shuriken. So you could just like shotgun this right away. Next combo is going to be Reichheart, 1 card combo into Baron, which is pretty simple. Reichheart, add Arrival. And like these are combos that I did not do these combos a single time. I did not have to do this a single time, because like every hand I was opening like the 2 cards. I did not have to use either of these combos a single time. And then you'd Reichphobia for Visas. You'd Reichphobia, add Visas. Visas, pop Lightheart. Summon the Visas. Lightheart can come back, this doesn't really matter. But this does get you extra follow-up, because you can Lightheart with Lightheart for another Reichphobia. So this does get you a little bit of guaranteed follow-up. Then Arrival for the Reichheart, and then that's a Baron. I haven't allowed much with like just Reichheart. I'm sure you could probably do a little bit more off of just Reichheart. But yeah, there's that combo. You're gonna be sitting on Reichphobia in hand plus 3 non-engine, which is pretty solid. Next combo. Alright, jumping into this one. This is a really, really good going first hand, and it's an okay going second hand. Roar is one of those cards that is like just so ridiculously good, because it's fantastic going first because it's just Foolish Burial, and it's fantastic going second because it's just Forbidden Chalice. Or if you want to send Revolt, it's also just Compulse, which is pretty neat. Like if you need to out a problem card. The only issue is that this does not out like Floodgate type monsters. Like this doesn't out. This does out Inspector Border actually. This outs Inspector Border, but it doesn't get rid of like Pachycephalo or anything, because you need to link something in order to do it. But you could just like normal literally anything, go into like Omrage or something, and then Roar to just send a trap, or send Roar to negate like to negate whatever. But this hand is, I mean, this is pretty standard common. This is Reichheart Roar. You just add the Reichheart, and you have the Nervall in hand. So if you need to, if your Roar gets like negated, like if you go for this, and then they like Ash the Lightheart or something. Well, no one's Ashing Lightheart. But yeah, if the Ash strike, like I'll activate the Reichphobia, and then they Ash me here. This is like perfectly fine. Like this is, you're still going hard with this. You get to go like this. That's annoying. Yeah, you have to go into cross shape here if you got ashed. Like if like the Reichheart gets ashed in this scenario, you have to go for cross shape in order to get your zones clear. Oh, double Nervall. I just noticed that we opened double Nervall. That's pretty bad. Wow, this yeah. Getting that ashed with this specific hand, like if I had Nervall, if this was like anything but Nervall, I could have sent Nervall, add Karas, and just gone full combo from there. But that was just unfortunate. And if that didn't get ashed, you just do the entire first combo of just Reichheart plus the thing. Drawing this is never good. But this is full combo, and these are full combos. Like if this gets ashed, like if Tenki gets ashed, I mean, nobody's ashing Tenki. But if Tenki gets ashed, then you're going strong. Still, you're gonna do this, Kitt, send Nervall. Let's say they ash Nervall here. They ash the Nervall, and now that's fine. I haven't normaled yet. I'm gonna go normal summon, Reichheart, add arrival. And some hands can play through 2 hand traps. Like having the second Reichheart is okay. Like you can special it. It's really nice going second because you can normal Reichheart without using the effect, depending on what your opponent has, and then special the Reichheart in defense position. If your opponent has 2 defense position monsters, you get to draw an extra card, which is nice. But yeah, so that Nervall got ashed. So now what? Now you go normal the Reichheart, and now you're kind of just playing the Kitt Reichheart line with a hand like this. And you can, if you need to, you can just add acro there. If you like, a lot of the time, like you could just do this to add acro if you have like Karas here and you need a discard, which is another reason to play it. But you never need to add acro here because doing this just gets you exactly where you need to be, because this can get you to 2 beasts on the field. Oh! You don't need to add. That's I baited myself with that combo with Fraktall plus Reichheart. Nervall is like does not need to resolve. Nervall and Kitt, Kitt kinda, but Nervall does not need to resolve. If they ash Nervall, you just go crazy. And just do the full combo even if they ash it. And I remember talking about this when I was doing the fucking the initial combo line in the video. Like if they ash Nervall, you are good to go. Like that does not matter. Here we go, Kitt, and then Elf, and then Elf can summon back Kitt. This just gets you free Elf protection. And then Elf Summon Kitt is nice because you can send Kitt with DDL to also get follow-up that way. 1, 2, 3, 4. Summon Shireg. And then get this thing. Right here. Shireg. Add Cerebral. Bearbrum. Discard 1. Discard 2. Target. Doesn't matter which one. I screwed up my link zones again. But it's fine. Nope, you gotta keep Kitt in there. Yeah, I screwed up my link materials. This should be in this zone here if I did it correctly. And then you can just put back Reichphobia or something. And yeah, and I think, well, I don't have any links on, so I'd have to use DDL, send DDL first. But yeah, that has Tan played. I mean, Ash on Nervall is like something a lot of people are going to be doing, and obviously in that combo it doesn't matter in the slightest. Opening the Reichphobia is really weird in some hands, but this hand has Nervall Tenki. Let's say some people are Ash. People do not Ash Tenki like ever, but let's say they Ash. Some people Ash Fraktall. Let's say they Ash Fraktall here. Whoops. Let's say they Ash Fraktall, and I'm going to ignore Apro in the grave. I guess I had to do that anyways to pretend. But yeah, they Ash Fraktall. Only thing in my grave is the Fraktall now. Let's say I just have Nervall here. I don't have the Reichphobia. No, I do it. I mean, yeah, if I didn't have the Reichphobia, this would probably be kind of over if that gets ashed. Oh, if that gets ashed, I guess in this specific hand, you're gammaing. But yeah, you normal Nervall for 1 only. I mean, Nervall for 1 is this is still decent. This kind of does stuff and things. This can still get to Baron, I'm sure. I should have put this in a different zone. Not too big of a deal. That wasn't properly summoned. Yeah, I just suck. There was a combo there. You just go Farajit, and then Farajit will summon the Nervall add like Kitt. Farajit summon Kitt, and you just get to go through stuff from there. This is fine. Nervall plus Roar does stuff, like you can go normal Nervall, link off Nervall into Almirage, and then you can use Roar. Actually, I don't even know if you can. This is testing for me. I don't even know if you are allowed to use Roar on Almirage. Oh, you are. Oh. No, you're not. You can't do that. Okay, well, that's a learning experience. Cool. I guess you could play Link Haribo instead, if you really care, but, like, that's not something that's ever going to... Like, that specific hand, too, didn't need the Roar to play. This is like these... Like, this hand is ridiculous. Like, this hand is, like, going second hand, going first hand. The only thing that this hand loses to is Maxi. And this deck plays well into Nib as well. Because if you get this guy out, like, they're not very, like, if they nib before you summon this guy, you have extension to play through nib. And if they nib after you get to this guy, you're getting Revolt anyways. So, like, that's one thing. Imperm is a good card. Final thoughts, because I'm kind of done now. I guess you could play another. There's like a way that you could summon another ranked Synchro 10, but that's only in the combo specifically with those. Look, I'm sure you could go for a specific combo with like just these two that does that as well, but it's not as good as getting like the Appaloosa with the Baron and stuff, because there's not really any other good Synchro 10s anyways. Like the best other Synchro 10 that you'd even be able to make is Chang'e, which doesn't really do anything. Like with the Revolt, it's a second banish. But like also it clogs your zones a little bit, and you'd have to use DDL in order to have your zones open for Revolt in the first place. Oh yeah, got Duelist level max with that deck on mobile. Of course, I'm doing this on PC because it's like a pain in the ass. Like I don't have this deck on my PC account, but I have this on mobile. I did it on mobile. Pretty easy grind. I did it pretty much all today. I didn't do much last night when the event first dropped. But I did it all today. I got to max duels level. It was pretty easy. I bricked like I think I had like my whole way from like whatever, like 11 or something was what I started at, all the way to max. I bricked like once, and most of the losses that I took were just losses to Maxi resolving. Going first and second. Like going second, I have a hand that can break the board, but they resolve Maxi, so like there's nothing I can really do about that. And going first, same thing. Most of my losses were there was like I think I lost like 1 or 2 games that weren't losses to specifically Maxi. This deck performed phenomenally well, and I'm gonna try it with the Hero Lives, and see if I prefer that over not playing a Hero Lives. But I don't know. I'll see if I like more space for non-engine, and like I'd probably I'd probably cut like 2 imperms and like roar, and then maybe just play 42. Maybe cut cross out as well. Like, I don't know, if I'm playing a Hero Lives, I'd need a second one of these. I need Sprint. And Prisma. And I maybe I'd consider cutting the acro. I would cut this, I'd cut these, and one of these, and probably one of these as well. Nah, I'd rather cut the acro. Yeah, this would probably be my list if I was playing a Hero Lives. Once I get a Hero Live, this is probably going to be on my list. Maybe I'll change it up to this because Roar is good, but like 2 Roar is fine. Like 2 Roar works pretty much everything you need. This is probably what I'd play. Maybe cut the Foolish for a 3rd Roar, because like these are basically the same. Yeah, I'd definitely do this. Cut the Foolish for a 3rd Roar, because Roar is like basically Foolish Burial, but it has a lot more utility. This is probably the list I'd run with Hero Lives. But yeah, that's not what we're here for. Alright, that's it. See ya.